officially it's time for us to open it up by way of Budeshi. Welcome to Budeshi. Today is Friday, 11th day in May, and like we do every other Friday at this time, we bring to you matters that have to do with openness, transparency, accountability, and a whole lot that encourages good governance on the overall and dividends of democracy. And that is brought to you every other Friday courtesy of the PPDC that work tirelessly to ensure that these issues are brought to the fore. Well, today our topic is co-creation in governance, a spotlight on the OGP in Nigeria. I know that we have in the past talked about the open government partnership with our friends from the PPDC who gave us an in-depth explanation and what they're doing regarding to that. And to discuss this topic, like I said, co-creation in governance, a spotlight on OGP in Nigeria, is Abayomi Akimbo, who is the National Coordinator of Open Alliance. Good morning to you, Abayomi.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And long time no see, Ugochi Ekweme is here, Communications Manager, Open Alliance. How you doing? Good to see you.
Same here, so it's
been a while.
Yes, it
Ugochi
has.
used to be a constant face here, but she's just disappeared. But it's really, really good to have you back. Thank you for coming over.
Thank you for having me, Swan.
All right, so I hear the word OGP. What comes to mind is President Buhari's trip to London and how he signed up to the OGP initiative. For those who don't know about the OGP, can you briefly explain what it is and what its membership means to Nigeria? Who's going to take that?
Okay. So I think I should give a background of how this came to play.
Okay.
So the Open Government Partnership is an initiative that a lot of countries have actually signed up to. About 8 countries started it. Then a group of civil society organizations thought it's going to be beneficial to Nigeria if we become a partner in the initiative. So we started the advocacy, and that was in 2014. We started the advocacy, and from 2014 to 2016, we started talking to government agencies and key stakeholders to adopt the initiative. Then the president, because of the administration, they have a particular focus area, which is anti-corruption. If you know, the APC administration came into power with the promise to actually reform the public sector and also fight corruption. So because transparency and accountability also has to do with anti-corruption, what we are thinking should be the open government principles also aligned with what the administration is doing. So we pitched to the presidency, we pitched to the other government agencies and everybody, because going on, we're going to talk about co-creation later on. Then in 2016, the president now decided that, following our advocacy, brought into the idea that we really need to do this together. So in May 2016, the president talked about it at the London Anti-Corruption Summit, that Nigeria is going to be a part of the Open Government Partnership. And that was like the first success for us, because talking about that on an international platform, recognizing the particular initiative we are pushing, shows that Nigeria is ready for something transformative. And since then, what we've been working on is how to ensure that there are processes and reforms that actually encourage transparency, service delivery within the government. The idea behind that particular announcement is that we wanted a situation where civil society and government will come together on the same platform to decide what to do to ensure that there's public service delivery and citizens have benefit.
Okay.
I'm sure going forward we'll talk more about the co-creation process and other reasons.
Definitely.
Since we joined in 2016, there have actually been lots of impact as regards to transparency and openness. It's given that platform where the government and civil society can come together and agree, on being open in their dealings when it comes to procurement, it comes to contracts, it comes to budgeting. Just to mention, so when it comes to some of the commitments are under, the OGP commitments are under, you have the anti-corruption commitment, you have fiscal transparency, you have access to information and citizen engagement. And under fiscal transparency, where I would say PPDC is, because of our open contracting commitment, we've actually seen lots and lots of improvements. For example, we have the NOCOPO platform now.
Okay.
That's the National Open Contracting Portal. that was created by BPP, the Bureau of Public Procurement. This is like I said, this is what we always do on Budeshi, open it, and this was a huge success for us in the fact that we have a portal now, and hopefully, from what they said, by I think said second quarter of 2018, they would have live data, and then people can easily go there and see contracts that are being implemented in their areas. You also have open budgeting, which Budget has been working on with the Ministry of Budget Office and Ministry of Budget and National Planning as well. You have ease of doing business has also taken off. Yes. So there's been lots and lots of good impacts basically since the OGP started, and I think because of the co-creation aspect, it's not just the government going ahead. It's the government and civil society on behalf of citizens coming together to a room to say, look, we need to make sure that citizens are involved. When they are involved, they can easily tell you what they need. And when you take what they need and implement, then it makes more sense. People are happier, and that's exactly what the OGP is trying to create.
Interesting.
Let me give you an example now. Our 0800 Budeshi toll-free line. It's open for people to call us free of charge and let us know projects that have not been implemented. Those kind of information, the kind of information that we receive from citizens are what we take to the table when we're discussing with the government under the OGP initiative. And those are the kind of things that we think citizens can stand to gain. What are the things you need? What are the things you want? Let the civil societies know. Let them know. And because of the town hall meetings that we also have all the time, we also get to relate with citizens often, as opposed to how the government directly relates with citizens. So based on those things, we can push those initiatives when we are sitting on the table with the government.
Oh, interesting.
The Open Alliance is the largest coalition of civil society organizations working on open government partnership. And we started the old advocacy and campaign around Nigeria joining the initiative. It started under the last administration. So during the transition to this new administration, there were a little bit of setback, but we didn't let that actually affect what the goal was. We are the frontier of open government partnership from the civil society side. So we are responsible for many civil society, over 100 civil society organizations that are members of the Open Alliance, all working together on this open government partnership. PPDC is part of it, Budget is part of it, you have MRA, you have EIE, and other organizations spread across the country actually. So it's not like they're all clustered in Abuja or just Lagos-based civil society. They all are across the country. And the idea is that the more we have civil society organizations across the country working on open government partnership, it is easy to influence or even make exactly that what they're thinking. Like she said, civil society is like the link to is the closest link to the people.
Sure.
So we understand what the people, we see things from a particular side. The government might see from a particular side, but how do we not bring those two sides together to actually form a particular perspective? That is what it's all about. So the Open Alliance is the leading civil society coalition working on open government partnership in Nigeria.
Like I would come from the angle of, like Yomi mentioned earlier, this is the first time, this kind of thing is happening. It's the first time the government and civil society can actually sit down in a room to decide on something. So definitely, you would expect some hiccups and hitches, yes. So, it's not, it's been good. I would say we've made progress so far because this is since 2016 and we're now in 2018, and you can see everything that has come out of it. So I would say, of course, initially, we had our hiccups and all that. Everybody, there were hitches and hiccups, but at the end of the day, when you see the progress that has been made, you tend to, okay, that's a good thing, and then let's just keep at it and let's continue. Okay. So
just
in my own opinion,
just to add to what you said, it's a learning curve.
Yeah,
definitely.
Right. So the federal government, the agencies, they are not particularly used to an idea of them talking with civil society to say this is what we want to do. Usually, when they have a particular initiative or policy, they just call civil society, come and sit down, eat and go. That's the thing. When civil society rants, they are going to do what they want to do at the end of the day. But this one shows that you are the one signing on to it. Nobody is forcing you to sign on to the open government partnership. You are the one deciding to sign. That means you know what you're signing on to.
You know the implications of
exactly.
it all.
That means you need to make sure that civil society's voice counts in whatever you're doing. That is why you have PPDC talking about open contracting, leading open contracting, saying this is the benefit. This is what you need to do. This is what you should do. This is what we think you should do. And they think about like, yeah, this makes sense. That's why you have budgets. Talking about open budgeting.
Yeah.
These are frivolous items. We think these items should be classified as this. We think you should do more in terms of implementation reports, and these are the things you do. And then you have budget office listening to us. You have the Ministry of Budget and National Planning working with us on that. So I think whatever we don't get right now, with government, the bureaucracy around it, we are going to get it right
Eventually.
Yeah.
And that's what we.
Yeah, just to add, because the first national action plan that we're currently working on is actually supposed to last from 2017 to 2019.
Okay.
So anything we don't get right now, at least we can make amends for the next set, because it's every 2 years. Yeah, it's every 2 years, and you have your new commitments and things like that. So, like Yomi mentioned, it's a learning curve, and it's something that we would definitely improve on, I'm sure, in the next national action plan.
First thing is we're able to initiate this government civil society partnership. We're able to come together to design a national action plan, to publish it, and also to work around it. It is okay. It is good to reflect on what you've done so far. So the OGP Week is not a Nigerian initiative. It's a global thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So why it's being celebrated in Nigeria this week is also celebrated in other countries. So it's not just limited to Nigeria. So every country is celebrating their own OGP Week to talk about the things they are doing. Within the OGP, we have the CSO Day, where the CSO also reflects on what they've done, what they need to do better. So it's not as much as it is like a pat on the back. It also has to be like, you're speaking frankly. What have we done? What are we doing? Did we do this right? What are the things that we need to do? It's also a week that we are trying to use to create awareness. So people see OGP Week, you said you just pick out one particular week to talk about open government partnership principles. So it's a week to celebrate. It's a week to actually reflect on things.
Yeah. Like you said, it's a week to reflect on our successes and challenges, and to let people know and be aware that Nigeria is actually part of the OGP. Just to mention, like I said, it's a good thing to celebrate as well. See, our ease of doing business rank index went up. Nigeria moved up 24 points, something that has not been done in a while. Like, we've been so low. Or is even when it also comes to registering a company now, I think they said it's now 23,500. As at the last time I wanted to register a company, it was about 65 or 67. Yeah, company. Yeah, it was about 67,000, but now it's 23,500. And those are the things that making these things easy for the average Nigerian is what the OGP seeks to achieve, and basically just making the standard of living better. And a transparent government basically improves public service delivery, no doubt. Yeah, so that's what we are trying to do.
Okay, interesting conversation this morning. I'm sure you'll agree with me about the co-creation and governance and the spotlight on the OGP. For those of you who are hearing OGP and are wondering what it means Open Government Partnership. And it's a coalition of so many CSOs who are, taking the bull by the horn and also ensuring that, accountability and transparency in governance is achieved. PPDC is part of it, and of course, it's a coalition called Open Alliance with the national coordinator here, Abayomi, and Gochi, who's the communications manager of that coalition.
0800 Budeshi, our toll-free line, is basically for people to call in and let us know of any projects in their area that they think needs attention, basically. So for example, we've been passing this particular school, and you've seen that there's no fence, and the kids are playing, and vehicles are moving around, and that definitely there's a danger of somebody getting hit. You can easily just call us on that line and tell us, look, there's this school in my area, give us the location. We send out our community-based monitors to go there, check it out, get information from the relevant MDA, and find out why that place is like that, or if there was any contract awarded to actually take care of that project. So yes, it's 0800 Budeshi or 0800 2833 744.
Okay. But the alliance, do you have anything like that too, or it's done at individual CSO levels?
We have you can reach us on social media at our email, social media at Open Alliance NG, and our website www.openalliance.ng. And then also, if you want to reach out via email, that's openalliance@yourbudget.com. I think I should spell that. Open Alliance at budgit.com. So
Okay.
yeah, we'll definitely
So
respond.
it's not the.
I would also add that if there is any civil society out there, looking to join the Open Alliance, you can also send an email
Okay.
to
Yeah.
Open Alliance at your budget, and we'll definitely get back.
All right. So it's open to CSOs or any NGOs that want to also join the Open Alliance. It's
Yeah, the
not
CS is working around the open
Yes.
government.
Working around open government.
walking around.
But this is me calling on citizens to also come and join this initiative and also be part of it and familiarize themselves with it.
Okay.
Yeah. And just to add, concerning what the lady was asking about if there's been any improvement, I would say that so this is not the first time that we're working on issues that have to do with that. During Abudeshi Wakato, most of those, in fact, about 2 of those projects are actually being implemented currently based on the dialogue that we had with government. So yes, they work, and that's why we want to hear directly from citizens and take it straight to government to ensure that these things are put in place. But you can also reach out to us on our social media handles. We are on Twitter at ppmonitorng. NG is capital N and capital G. And you can go to our website, www.procurementmonitor.org, to find out our various activities. You can also visit www.budeshi.ng to check for contract informations in your area and find out if there's anything that you need to know. For example, a project that has not been implemented, check on Budeshi. We might just have the information there. And we are also on Instagram, procurement_monitor_Budeshi, and on Facebook as Procurement Monitor. So please reach out to us and let us know if there's any information you'd like to receive or anything you want us to help you out with.
All right. Thank you so much, Ugochi Ekweme, Communications Manager, Open Alliance, and
Thank you, Swat,
for coming over. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you very much.